morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. We're coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. As always, we're ready with the details of this morning's top local, international and sports news items. You can stay tuned with us for the news in detail. So let's dive right in. In your top local story this morning, today marks the final day of the parliamentary debate on the second reading of the appropriation bill, which we also call the budget speech. The parliamentary vote on this second reading of the appropriation bill is scheduled to be held at 6 p.m. today. The budget speech took place in Parliament last week. President Therunee in his capacity as the Minister of Finance, presented the budget speech, the 79th budget, to the Parliament of Sri Lanka. Now, the second reading debate is scheduled to be held for 7 days from the 18th of February to the 25th, which is, of course, today. The committee stage debate on the appropriation bill is scheduled to be held over a span of 19 days, that including 4 Saturdays from the 27th of February to the 21st of March. And the vote on the third reading of the appropriation bill will be scheduled from the 21st of March at 6 p.m. Now, a discussion between President Therunee and the Government Medical Officers Association, or the GMOA, is scheduled for this Thursday. The discussion will focus on recent budget cuts to several allowances for doctors. Media spokesperson for the GMOA, Dr. Chamil Vijay stated that the budget includes significant amendments and cuts to doctors' allowances as well as their leave system. He noted that if doctors do not work after 4 p.m, it will be impossible to maintain the medical and hospital system of Sri Lanka, and even now they are not being paid sufficiently for their services. He further stated that such actions undermine the services rendered by doctors and only further discourage them. Dr. Chamil Vijay also pointed out that the reduction in allowances has negated the impact of the basic salary increase proposed for doctors in the 2025 budget of Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, the government is focusing on providing a relief package containing essential food items to low-income earning families during the upcoming Sinhala and Tamil New Year season. The Food Policy and Security Committee convened in Parliament yesterday to discuss this matter. And this committee is being chaired by Ministers K.D. Lalkantha and Vasantha Samarasinghe. During the meeting, discussions were held on maintaining the availability of essential food items without shortages during the Sinhala and Tamil New Year period, and on keeping the prices of these items under control. Now, this year's budget has allocated 1 billion rupees to provide essential food items at concessionary prices to low-income earning families during the festive season, and the proper use of these funds was also discussed at length during the meeting held in Parliament yesterday. The committee's attention was focused on maintaining the fluctuation of essential commodity prices in the market at a minimum level. The committee also discussed reducing the prices of bakery products. Attention was also paid to the purchase of paddy, and it was agreed to conduct a follow-up on the amount of paddy purchased under the loan facilities provided to mill owners for paddy purchase. The ministers instructed officials to look into the matter, as information has been received that some rice mill owners are using loans obtained for paddy purchase for certain other purposes. It was revealed here that several large-scale rice mill owners have obtained bank loans of over 15 billion rupees for the purchase of paddy, and that some are in fact using these funds for some of their other purposes as well. The committee also focused on encouraging small-scale rice mill owners to purchase paddy stocks. Let's move on to more local news now. Deputy Minister of Defence, retired Major General Aruna Jayasekara, emphasises that there is absolutely no uncertainty regarding public security in the country. He points out that prompt action is being taken regarding any such reported incidents that may potentially pose a threat to security in the country. He said that the decision to immediately arrest all armed forces deserters comes as they have not formally resigned from their positions in the armed forces. He added that this measure will facilitate the resolution of any issue related to the uncertainty of public security in the country. The Deputy Minister of Defence went on to note that the government is taking swift action to curb any risk to national security and that efforts in this regard have been successful so far. He adds that the government has been able to arrest suspects related to various such incidents promptly as never seen before. He also assured the general public that, of course, there is no uncertainty with regards to public or national security in Sri Lanka. Now, 7 individuals have been arrested in connection with the shooting and killing of a man on the Usvatakeyava beach in Jayala. Police stated that among the suspects arrested is also a woman. The suspected shooter and the person who transported him to the scene of the crime on a 3-wheeler were arrested yesterday by a police team while those suspects were in hiding in Polonnaruwa. The arrested individuals are residents of Usvatakeyava. A body with gunshot wounds was found on Friday at the Morganwatta beach in Usvatakeyava, Jayala. The deceased was a 40-year-old resident of Kadabatha. 9 MTT-56 weapon casings and a live bullet were found near the body as well. Police stated that they suspect the shooting was carried out by a person known as Dubai Kalana, a close associate of Kesel Badra Padme, who is also suspected in the involvement of the Gane Mulle Sanjeeva murder. Well, on that same note, now the Colombo Crimes Division states that statements have been recorded from approximately 20 individuals regarding the murder of Gane Mulle Sanjeeva. The number of suspects arrested in connection with this murder currently stands at 8. On the 19th of February, Sanjeeva Kumara Samararatne, alias Gane Mulle Sanjeeva, was shot and killed inside the number 5 magistrate courtroom at the Halsdorf Court Complex in Colombo. The Colombo Crimes Division stated that statements will be recorded from several other suspects who were present in the courtroom at the time of the shooting. The magistrate who was present at that time will also have their statement recorded. Now, so far, statements have been recorded from approximately 40 individuals who were present in the court at the time of the shooting, including members of the Police Special Task Force, security guard, other police officers as well as other individuals. Meanwhile, the Colombo Chief Magistrate Tanuja Lakmali yesterday ordered the remand of 3 more individuals suspected in connection with the murder of Gane Mulle Sanjeeva until the 7th of March this year. Well, 46 suspects have been arrested so far in connection with shooting incidents this year. Police reported that 17 people have died in 17 such shootings that have occurred during this period. From the 1st of January 2025 to date, police have taken into custody 5 T-56 firearms as well as 6 pistols. The police said that 5 motorcycles, 2 motor vehicles, 2 vans and 2 3-wheelers used to carry out these shootings have also been taken into their custody. Let's move on to the weather news update this morning. The Met Department says that showers will occur at times in the northern, north central, eastern and Uba provinces and in the Matale, Nuwara Eliya and Hambantota districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at several places in the western and Sabaragamo provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts during the evening or night. Fairly strong winds of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the northern, north central, eastern and northwestern provinces and in the Matale and Hambantota districts. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western and Sabaragamo provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts during the morning as well. And as always, the general public is requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. Let's move on to news overseas this morning. French President Emmanuel Macron met with the US President Donald Trump in Washington, the first one-on-one meeting between the pair since the US President re-entered the White House. During talks between the two leaders, President Trump expressed hope that Russia's war in Ukraine is nearing an endgame as he met Monday with French President Emmanuel Macron on the third anniversary of this invasion. But France's leader cautioned that it's crucial that any potential agreement with Moscow does not amount to surrender for Ukraine. During the news conference, French President Emmanuel Macron said that peace must not mean a surrender of Ukraine, alongside US President Donald Trump at the White House. The talks come at a moment of deep uncertainty about the future of transatlantic relations, with Trump transforming American foreign policy and effectively tuning out European leadership as he looks to quickly end the war in Ukraine. Now, while Macron and Trump made a nice at the White House, their countries were at loggerheads at the United Nations over resolutions describing Russia as the aggressor of this war. The UN General Assembly has adopted a new resolution reaffirming its commitment to sovereignty, independence, unity and territorial integrity of Ukraine. The US opposed this resolution and filed its own. In broad comments on the state of the conflict, Trump said he believed Russian President Vladimir Putin would accept the European peacekeepers in Ukraine. Trump told reporters, and I quote, "Yes, he will accept it. I have asked him that question. If we do this deal, he is not looking for more war," unquote. And Trump said he hoped that the war could end within weeks and that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky would soon come to the US to sign a deal giving America access to Ukraine's critical minerals, which are used in key technologies as well. Now, following his news conference with Donald Trump, French President Emmanuel Macron also met with a group of US senators from both the Republican and Democratic parties at the US Capitol. Finally, on to our sports news this morning. It's cricket, of course. The seventh match of Group B of the ICC Champions Trophy 2025 is set to kick off between Australia and South Africa. South Africa currently leads the group, while Australia sits in second place. In a clash between the two cricketing titans, Australia and South Africa are both within striking distance of tournament progression. These two sides have a rich history, having played in some ripping ODI contests over the years. This clash should be no different, given what's on the line and what each of the sides displayed in their respective first tournament appearances. Australia defeated England by 5 wickets in their very first match, while South Africa claimed a dominant 107-run victory over Afghanistan. With both sides coming off wins to kickstart their campaigns, top spot in Group B may well be decided here. It's also likely that a winner books their spot in the semi-finals of the Champions Trophy 2025. The match is set to kick off at 2:30 p.m. Sri Lankan time in Rawalpindi, Pakistan. And of course, cricket fans can catch all the live action on www.citisTV.lk as well as on TV1 as part of the MTV Media Network, the official local broadcaster of the ICC Champions Trophy 2025. Well, that's a wrap of this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. Do join us once again right here on TV1 at 7 a.m. tomorrow as well for more of the very latest from here at home and around the world. Until then, take care. Have a wonderful day ahead.